Okay, you should be able to hear me now.
Yep, I put us on. We're up. And I tweeted.
Cool. I need to clean up. I'd like to get this wired up in the same way that I have it right now, where I can easily. I'd like to get this just like do this wired up without even thinking about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that's the goal if we're going to be doing these regularly.
Yeah, I gotta bring up the stream page though on my laptop. I don't have it going the same way as I did last time. There's my, you want to see my soldering iron? There it is right there.
Oh, are you just leaving it there?
No, I'm gonna move it right now.
Every time I start playing this game, I have to remember that A is jump and B is punch.
Look at this artwork.
Oh, is that what you're going to be shooting?
Yeah.
What's that on? Oh, that's the... Oh yeah, the GBA.
That's really poor art.
That is some early 2000s looking art. So I don't know if anyone's watching yet, but it had been a long time since I'd played this game until a week or two ago.
What made you come back to it?
Drum had been egging me on to get back to it. So yeah, when we were streaming it on the Backloggery, probably a couple years ago at this point. Oh, we got a follow. Drum actually managed to finish the game without me.
So he's been working on it, or you finished it a year ago?
It was like a year or two ago that like we were co-oping it, and I never made it to the last level. I never made it to the second to last level, but he managed to finish the game on his own even after I had died out. But our rule is if you don't, you can count. When co-oping, you can count the game as beat as long as you contribute to the final form of the final boss. And that means you attack the final form of the final boss at least one time before you die out. That's our co-op rule. And I didn't even get to the second to last level, so... but now I have gotten to the second to last level. I did that on the Backloggery stream. But it's real hard. It's the Clinger Winger if you're familiar with that from the first Battletoads, but it's way harder. I'm definitely out of practice on this first level. I've already lost a life, but
all right. Hopefully I sound okay. I'm gonna move this around a little bit. All right.
definitely not doing as good as I was the other week.
So you were on the Clinger Winger?
Well, no, I mean, I was never doing good on the Clinger Winger. I'm just, you know, I mean, this is just from the beginning of the game. The interesting thing is that, like, the first level is really the only brawler level in the whole game. Like, everything else is just kind of a variety sort of thing.
This is our first stream as an affiliate.
That's true. You can cheer now. There's some sort of notification at the top of the chat room.
What does it mean to be cheer?
It says cheer now to be #1, so someone could be our first cheerer.
Whoever cheers first is going to be our first ever cheer.
Yep.
Right in this moment.
I think you get like a few pennies for receiving a cheer.
here's what I gotta shoot. I gotta shoot this.
I think if I'm all the way against the wall or the edge of the screen, I don't think he can get me when he jumps back.
I used to rent BattleToads. I mean, I rented it like twice. I rented it from the same place I rented Road Avenger from.
Ah, which version did you rent?
Yeah, the one. Hang on. The one you're playing, the Super Nintendo one.
This one feels very unfinished compared to the other ones.
Yeah, it seems like it's something that they probably rushed out.
Yeah, I definitely think they did. I mean, this came out like a year before Donkey Kong Country, so it kind of makes you think, you know?
It seems like longer than that. That's surprising to me.
Yeah,
actually.
it's 93.
So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna shoot a little handheld.
Ah.
The camera's gonna turn off for a minute.
Oh man, I had a pretty good juggle going there, actually. I've never managed to do a one-up juggle in this level like you can do with the birds on the in the first game. And the equivalent level in the first game. Yeah, this game has much fewer levels. Like, certain concepts just feel unfinished. Like, for example, in the first Brawler level, there's a statue of the Dark Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just a grayscale color swap of the one and only frame of animation that she has when you fight her at the end of the game. Like, she just magically teleports and doesn't move at all. Like, I forget what happens. I think she just like shoots some sort of magic at you.
Yeah. Are you ready for this?
Ready for this action? But yeah, I kind of let this fall off my priorities, and now I definitely like I got back up to as far as I had managed to get. Well, we got it. Oh, we got to subscribe.
Subscribe to Twitch Prime. So what does it mean when people subscribe with Twitch Prime?
Does that just mean you're an Amazon Prime member?
Well, people can subscribe to us now that we're affiliate. But yes, I mean,
YouTube and Twitch use subscribe is a donation system, isn't it?
I'm woefully unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's confusing because like YouTube and Twitch use the word subscribe differently.
Yes. Dave R. Hodis. That's the Fantasy Star episode. I will hopefully have it finished tomorrow. It will be out the following week because I am going on vacation this weekend, or starting this weekend.
Now I'm going to get you the B-roll and whatever else that you need from me today.
Yeah. "50 minutes long." That's stupid.
Well, it's definitely going to be the best Fantasy Star video on YouTube, so.
I don't know. I did some checking, and it looks like there's some pretty good ones out there. I was watching. I usually don't watch other people's videos, especially when it's on something that we're going to release a video on at that exact time. But I think I've just been working on it for so long that I just need to like kind of get an idea of what else there is.
Mm-hmm.
So I was watching Gajillionaire's Phantasy Star 30th anniversary.
Oh yeah, I watched some video and I linked to it in a video not long ago. Oh wait, no. It was a script that I was working on.
Yes.
Because I haven't finished it yet, but I'm working on a video about like all the 2D Mario games and all the ways to play them, which is a lot. But he did a really cool video. I had never heard of him, but until I found this, but he did a cool video on the history of Yume Kojo, which is this big like multimedia festival that is what Doki Doki Panic was part of. It was a really interesting video.
I see Greg saying, didn't you already do a Phantasy Star video? I did. This is my last Phantasy Star video, or like of the main series. This covers everything in the series and all the different ports of it. If you've seen our Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Dracula X video, it's basically like that, but for the original Phantasy Star games.
The first four.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned the others, but
yeah, the other ones are all mentioned, but
I mean, you were
somehow 50 minutes long.
Well,
and that's
it's fair. I mean, that's fair. I mean, you were really close to making a Phantasy Star 3 video, just continuing on doing the single entry videos as you had been.
Right.
But I think that was around the time that we did the Castlevania video, and I think you decided, well, I just kind of want to revisit the first two games again, and then include the third and fourth game in that, and make that your ultimate final Phantasy Star video.
Yeah. This will be my last video on the original series.
So you say.
Well,
there's nowhere else to go, really.
There's nowhere else for me to go after this. But it is very close to being done. Basically, I got to shoot this B-roll. I got to record some more virtual console footage, and then I just have to do a Switch version. I'm done.
So Mandalore says you get, I think, $2.50 a month from Twitch for each subscriber. Nice. So what does the subscriber? Not in the speeder bike groove. The beginning of this level always throws me off because it's a different speed than the last part of the level. Does like a subscriber have to pay Twitch something?
If they have Twitch Prime, probably.
Oh, okay. So it's like built into, you probably can subscribe to so many channels or something like that. Yeah, the workings of Twitch are relatively unknown to me.
Put some time into these, so start recording.
I knew I was going to make a mistake there.
I can really get in there again. Screen. That's what I want to see anyway. Yeah, you can't see any of that interpolation at all on the screen.
Interpolation? Oh,
Like
on Fantasy Star 1?
Yeah. So I kind of show it in both ways in the video. I started doing. I kind of go back and forth between using the official software and because the official software makes it look really dark, but I don't know. I just thought it's more fair. I don't specifically start showing the
All right, that was
stuff afterwards.
That was
until after I mention or after you mention Game Boy interface.
Oh, it looks really weird on the screen because of the focus.
Oh, because you got the peaking, right?
Yeah, it makes it look like super terrible viewing angle on the screen or something.
Yeah, but that just means it's actually really good. Let me see if I can turn that off.
I mean, you want to? I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you need to be able to see.
I can see it still happens on the viewing screen.
Oh, so you can turn it off for the output.
Just on the output.
Well, I made it to the snake level without a game over. That's not bad for a cold run, I guess. Game past the speeder bikes. I'm not doing great, but it's not bad considering it was, I guess, a week and a half ago that I was playing this. There's a Master System version of this. I don't think it was released in America, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the Super Nintendo one?
Yep.
That's weird. I wonder if it's any good.
Drum was looking at some videos of it.
Yeah.
Whoa. Bad time to scratch your nose. Ah.
You can see my head moving in the reflection.
You can see my I was holding the little small aperture light to get enough lighting. I was just holding it with my arm, and you can see it reflected on the you can see it reflected on the back of my Majora's Mask 3DS screen on the thumbnail, but you'd never know that's what it was if I didn't tell you.
That's kind of fun, though. That's fun.
Oh, well. My ducking got glitchy because I landed on the snake's head. I made it to the last room of the snake level before using a continue. That's not bad. Considering I've only progressed a little past that point in the game at all anyway. But the Klinger Winger is the second to last level if you don't count the bonus stage. I wish the bonus stage came before the Klinger Winger level, though. That, to me, looks a lot tougher than what I have seen of the last stage, even though I've not played the last stage myself.
The old clinger winger.
The old clinger winger. It's a lot harder than the first game. It's just, dang it. This is very demanding. Yeah, you know, I've played the first Battletoads and Double Dragon, and this. I would say this is definitely the weakest, but, you know. If you like Battletoads, it's still worth playing, I guess. Played the NES version of the original and the Genesis version of Toads and Double Dragon.
Yeah. You know, one of my favorite things, I was just thinking about this the other day. One of my favorite things to do in this, in the first Phantasy Star, is to, like, as soon as you buy, like, a new sword, to, like, sell the short sword that your dying brother gave you. To avenge him with.
So it really is a pretty weak and useless weapon, huh?
Yeah.
Whew. Had good luck on that jump so far. I'm not good at that jump.
This fish man is gonna kill me. When I was a kid and I had to grind to level 30, because level 30 is the max in that. Okay. I think I'm pretty sure you might have to be level 30 to beat the game.
Oh really?
I mean, maybe, I don't know. But I remember as a kid grinding the fishmen. For some reason, I thought that it went quickest for them. I don't know why. Where am I going? Charging. Oh, is there a way to track how many enemies you defeated?
In the GBA version specifically?
No, I mean just in general. How can you tell how many enemies you've beaten? Oh, in the you can probably tell in the Switch version.
Oh, I hate that glitchy duck.
So are you planning just to play this a couple times a week till you beat it?
I mean that should be my goal. Yeah. I mean, I'm nervous about that clinger winger. That's tough.
Oh, but he's talking about BattleToads arcade.
Huh?
1,000 defeated.
What about Battletoads arcade?
It says my enemy count when I beat it was over 1,000 defeated.
I played Battletoads arcade at MagFest years ago.
I have an iPhone. Try has. You have a Google phone, right? Or that's an Android, obviously. Right?
I've got Pixel 1.
Yeah. Is that technically an Android?
Yeah, it's pure Android because it's Google. Why?
I don't know. Someone in the chat was asking.
You've got an iPhone with a cracked screen, which I don't know how you.
No, that was a screen protector.
Oh, okay. Did you finally?
I've taken it off since.
Okay. I don't know how people live with cracked phone screens. It would. I couldn't deal. I could not deal with a cracked screen. We got some sort of notification there, but I'm too busy snaking to check. Sorry.
Get right in so we can make sure that I can say, oh, we don't see that shimmering. Looks pretty good though, doesn't it? Like when you just get right in like that.
I can't check.
You can see on the camera, you can see the individual little dots.
Oh yeah, it does look good on camera.
I like this put things like packaging and stuff like in the background so you see it a little bit, kind of gives it a little color.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like when I shoot a bunch of stuff, I like to slowly spread them out as I shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So it
yeah, I was trying to do some of the same stuff with some of the 3DS B-roll I was shooting. Okay, this is the last snake, I think. Ooh! Oh, I was right there. I don't like the way that snake goes down. It almost forces you to ride the tip of the tail, but that's kind of a bad idea. I need to jump down just right of the tip, I think.
Man, this is quite a lot of effort for a cake.
A cake?
A shortcake.
Shortcake? What are we
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
shortcake
Kirby or something?
No, you gotta get the shortcake so you can meet with the governor.
Oh.
And the cake shop is in this dungeon.
I'm pretty sure getting a shortcake is like the main plot device in some Kirby game. Did it! On my last life, but I made it to the Clinger Wingers before totally dying out. This rat with the saw blade is right on your butt. And it's like so hard to get ahead of him at all. And it's like really gruesome when he gets you too.
Right up in there, look how close I am
Well, I got further than I thought would. Oh, that wasn't my last life.
Hang on, I'm gonna get something to drink real quick. I'll be right back. I gotta change my battery on this camera anyways.
Alright, well that was run 1. May as well do one more. A is jump. B is punch. Always have to remind myself. It's definitely the intent to not lose any lives on the first level, but I mean, considering how far I can get at this point, it's not what makes or breaks a run, I don't think, at this point. So I'm not going to reset just for losing lives here. There's, you know, this game didn't come out on Genesis to my knowledge, but there's a few weird places where they could have used transparency, but they didn't. Oh, that's rough. That should not have happened. Like the speeder bikes, they do this weird, rapidly alternating pattern for the shadow. I just don't know why. And here the shadows are a dither pattern as well, but not the weird alternating kind. The worst thing about this game that I'm not looking forward to is it does this really annoying thing where after you beat the Dark Queen, you chase the true bad guy, and you've got one chance to do it. No matter how many lives you've got left, you've got one chance to do it, and if you... Oh! Yeah,
it's game over if you don't.
Well, you get a bad ending.
I mean, the original was really hard, so I guess they felt the need to really up the ante with this one.
I guess it's such a shorter game, though. I mean, I mean, the first game and the Double Dragon game are definitely better than this, in my opinion. They just feel like they've just got so much more interesting things going on. This game is a lot of the same old stuff, but just way fewer levels. It just, like I say, it just feels very unfinished. It's not terrible. I mean, I'm still playing it, but
See, this is what I'm gonna do right here. Okay. I'll display.
Anybody here have a Mister system? I'm considering building one. Sorry if that's off topic. As Light Upix says, it's not. It is not. That is very much not off topic. Coury has a Mister, but you haven't put as much time into it as you want to.
Yeah, exactly. You're fascinated by watching me frame these shots. Really, just you haphazardly throw it around until you think it looks good.
Yeah, there's not really a grand plan that goes into a lot of it, I don't think.
Well,
you know, even the stuff that looks complicated, it's kind of like, you just do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to be said about like showing the real things. Like you've done that quite a bit, where you've shown the products, like the items. And
what items?
I'm talking to Greg Stewart in the chat.
Oh.
He's talking about he wants to do something similar to this for Generation 16, and he's done a lot of stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, just showing something that's tangible rather than a scan whenever possible. You know, that makes it feel more real.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, even if maybe the scan is higher resolution or something, usually it's not, but even if it is, I just like shooting the thing, you know, with that little bit of depth of field that just makes you remember this is a real thing.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get a one-up off of those bees. It is possible as far as I know. Just like the birds in the first. But easier to do in that.
Oh, PS2 hat on the back of it. The problem with doing it this way, I think, for me at least, is a lot of times I'll start shooting and I'll be like, oh, I don't know if I'd like where that position is. And I move it while I'm shooting it, and I wish that I had like given it more time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, actually it wasn't that bad. I guess the key is usually to give it 10 more seconds than you should.
The thing that I sometimes make a mistake on is like when I'm trying to plug something in, like I try and try and try and try constantly until it finally makes that smooth, seamless input. And sometimes I wish that I had more time before I actually plug it in, like just looking at the port. But I can't do that because then you'll see me like pulling the cord back from the previous attempt. I mean, you know, I could like, you know, copy some frames or something in some cases.
The problem with like shooting off screens like this, I don't know if you'll be able to see this here, but if you get it too focused, because it's so focused on the individual like pixels,
yeah,
you'll lose saturation. So you can kind of see it happen.
Oh yeah. That is true. It's interesting, like especially when you're really up close to it. So you have to put just a little bit out of focus so that
saturation can come back a little bit.
Yeah, so that the colors blend.
Yeah.
I found lately though that I haven't really had the problems with like moire patterns when I'm like really focused on a screen that I used to have. And I'm not sure why. I'm not sure what I'm doing different. Like one thing with like Game Boy Advance that I've found is, you know, Game Boy Advance, DS, systems like that. A lot of times, unless you're like putting a lot of time into really carefully shooting it straight on, a lot of times it looks a lot cleaner if you shoot it kind of with the Game Boy screen kind of diagonal to the camera. The diagonal to the frame. It just kind of I don't know, the moire pattern is less obvious to me, I guess. Pretty easy to get 400 pins, but I have no idea if 500 could be in the cards. It's definitely the most I've gotten that time.
I hit it right when it says. I'm waiting for the credits to end. Oh, come on. Is that how it's gonna go?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. It's fine.
Some more game design just
That, the last like rapid bit is, I'm pretty sure, way shorter in this game than the first game. I feel like the speeder bikes are overall harder in this than the first game, but it may just be because I am less used to it. I don't like the parts where it has you riding through the gunk. It just catches you off guard. Oh, that was stupid. Oh, come on. I know better than to do that.
Here it is, alive. Look at my fingers.
Yeah.
They look so dry from soldering.
Did you see that that comment on the 3DS video that was like YouTube recommended this to me for some reason. I thought that Nintendo and all that stuff was for little kids. He's probably looking at it, he's like, what are these old guys doing this for? It's like, well... I don't think I've messed up that jump yet today. I can't believe it.
How's this for a little variety?
Hmm?
I do with the game.
A little variety.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the micro. I forgot that you got one again.
I got this a long time ago. When I lived in New York, I used to carry this in my little change pocket on my jeans. Sometimes we have shot lists. Like I gave Try a shot list of things that I need of his that he can get me.
I usually like
various shots of the Game Boy Advance version, like physically. So I'm just doing whatever comes to mind right now.
I usually write out shot lists, but I'm kind of trying to get away from that. Oh no! That's the worst when that happens. I ducked too soon. You're just dead if you don't slide far enough there.
Are you seeing who's calling? Is someone calling us?
It might be John.
Yeah. You want to see if? I mean, let's tell him we're on a stream, but
I don't know if it is or not. I said we were doing a stream, but we could hop on after. Oh wait, am I died out? Oh, I think I forgot to hit continue. Oh well.
What?
I think I forgot to hit continue. Well, we've been live 50 minutes. I'm not going to start another run. Maybe I'll do something.
It's just you can't shoot anything off of the original. I mean, you can if you can get the light just right, you can see it, but it is tough to get into the night.
Yeah, Greg. What I do is like I hand write. I get a pad of paper and I just like I draw a circle and I write out what I want to do. I just listen to the VO and I write what I want and then I draw a circle and write what I want. And then as I shoot them, I fill in the circles. But like I feel like that's so time consuming, and I want to get to where I'm more just like before I need it. Like I'm just like, okay, what are some of the types of shots that I'm going to need for this episode, and just shoot them. Just spend time shooting rather than specific things. Just shoot general things or come up with some sort of sequence that I think might be useful, and then figure out how to work it into the episode. I feel like it's more efficient and also more fun when it comes to editing, rather than it kind of separates the editing and shooting process, which is, I think, more fun to me when I can just focus on just editing rather than, all right, I'm already editing, but now I have to shoot, you know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily...
like that's kind of like a byproduct of like the way we've been kind of doing stuff.
Yes. Or we've been kind of trying to provide a lot of footage for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the annoying thing when you're editing. It's like you come to this halt when you don't have the footage, but like I feel like if you're shooting a variety of footage ahead of time, then it's like, oh, or you know, for example, if Coury gives me another shot, I'm like, oh, like I could put this here. Like this isn't what I had in my head, but it also works, and it, you know, it works in a way that's maybe fun beyond what I had in my head. Like in that 3DS video, like all that random stuff we did with the 3DSs outside, like that was kind of just, Coury was just like, oh, like I had this idea in the shower. Like I'm just going to shoot a bunch of this. And you know, that ended up being how I opened the video, with all these like 3DSs sitting amongst the lawn gnomes. Zion Farm, everyone else seems to be able to hear us. Oh, I just noticed that Woozle's in here.
Oh, cool. Well, this is not specifically for what you think it is for, but this can all be used for that, for sure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Coury's working on a Phantasy Star episode.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, Phantasy Star is probably not like the prime...
I'm long past the place that this is going to be... this is not going to be worth the time that I put in. For sure. But...
Phantasy Star 3, definitely the most divisive one. I think it sounds interesting, though. I've still only played through the first one. So this is definitely Coury's video, although he assigned me the job of doing the voiceover for like the different ports section.
Yeah.
Any Phantasy Star Online? He's going to mention it, but the video is mostly about the original series, the first 4 games.
Yeah, it's mainly about the first 4, but everything else is mentioned to an extent.
So I'm popping this in just because it was sitting right next to me. And I don't have time to try another Battletoads run. This was in a stack of games I bought recently, and I just cleaned them last night. And this, I don't really know much of anything about the Super Nintendo bonks. This is the Super Famicom one specifically. I'm not even sure if this one came out in the US. I know one of them did, and it's pretty expensive, but these were cheap. But this one like has a different like bonk style. And from the little bit I was playing around, it almost seemed like it was more like the later Wario Land games, maybe, where you like transform. I don't know if you must die because you do have a life meter. But I don't know what any of that's saying. But it's interesting because like over here, there's this thing that crushes you and then you turn to a worm for some reason. And then there's like a path up here. It looks like, oh, you should be a worm to go through there, but I still can't fit, so I don't... I don't know how to get through there. But it seems interesting. Do you know if this bonk came out in the US? I'm not sure if it did or didn't.
Oof, I have no idea.
I know at least one of them did, and it's pretty expensive. But I'm not sure if they both did. Yeah, I'm going to have to read up a little bit on how to play this game, but it seems like they're trying to make it a little more different than the other bonk games, which is intriguing. Oh, was that just like a tutorial area or something? I hit start and it took me to a world map. Weird. Whoa, that's some pixels.
There it is. See this guy right here?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can see when he attacks. He attacks. He just like flicks his finger. It's so stupid. The enemy animations in this game are atrocious.
I think I saw that enemy from the save file that's on my Phantasy Star 3.
There it is. The finger.
But that's not part of the GBA version as is. That's just how it always is.
Yeah. It's just called making a game that you don't have enough time to animate the enemies in, probably. Yeah, they are. I mean, they look cool.
I mean, hey, you know, most RPGs didn't animate enemies at all back then anyway.
Yeah, or they'd flash or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been defeated. I died. They killed me.
I mean, think about how
it.
Lufia just has the enemies like they just like do a horizontal flip.
Oh yeah, but this is like my favorite right here. The party has been destroyed. Yeah, the music is. I actually talk about that video, about how it expands as the party does.
Oh really?
Yeah, like more
instruments or.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good way to put it.
Like kind of like the Yoshi's Island world map as you like go into the game.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, more layers is a good way to put it. Rolf.
Alright, well that's probably enough of messing around with Bonk there. We streamed just over an hour, which is what these are supposed to be, so...
Yeah. We started a little late, but...
That's okay. So, I guess get off for now, and thanks for watching, and maybe we'll be back Friday. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do another Battletoads run. Maybe I'll work on that finishing Wonder Boy Returns. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Later, everyone.
Later.